Welcome back guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will show you guys how you can create this type of flat design characters in Adobe Illustrator. Before we start, let's see our sponsor message first. Today's video is brought to you by Domestika. Domestika is a platform specially designed to provide courses related to art, design, photography, fashion and music and audio. So you guys will find exclusively content related to art and design in this platform. You guys can start learning as a beginners or even intermediate and advanced users with advanced courses. And if you guys sign up with the link under the description below, you guys will get special discount. And also if you use the code in the description below to any of the courses, you will get extra 10% off as well. So sign up today and enjoy the Domestika. Alright guys, so let's get started. I will show you guys the step to create this artwork in here. Okay guys, first thing I will go into the layers and double click this layer and change this layer name to face. Alright, so this is where we are going to draw the face. Now go to the tools and in the rectangle, draw a rectangle like this in here. Okay, just a regular rectangle. Now let's go into the fill color and apply a fill color for this rectangle. Okay, so don't worry about the colors for now guys. Later we can change to perfect colors. Now I will just apply some random colors so we can easily identify them. Alright, now select the direct selection tool in here and select these two anchor points, top two anchor points, and make them as rounded corners, something similar to this one in here. Alright. Now select the bottom two anchor points also and make it as a rounded corner all the way in. So you will get this half circle in the bottom. Alright. Now make a copy of this shape, Alt and drag. Now select the copied shape and go to the fill color and change this color to something a red color. Alright. Alright, now press Ctrl K, which will bring this preference window. In here, make sure under the general, your scale corners is on. Okay. Once it's on, press OK. Now you can bring this one smaller like this and bring it in here. Hold on to the Alt key and make a shape something like this, wider shape. Alright. Make sure to hold on to the Alt key.
Now select both of them and go to Align tool and align them to the center. Alright. Now make a copy from this selection and make it a little bit bigger, and we are going to use the overlapping portion for the tongue. So select all of them first and center them. Now select these two objects and go to the shape builder tool in here and click once on the overlapping portion. And now we can delete these shapes which we don't need. Okay, cool. Now select these two anchor points, only these two anchor points, and make them as rounded corners as well, like this in here. So you should have a shape similar to this one. Alright. Next we are going to draw the tongue. So go back to the tools and select the ellipse tool in here and draw an ellipse like this, a large ellipse, and again select everything and align them to the center. We can change this color so we can easily see the difference, and let's bring it in here, and again we only need the overlapping portions. So place the circle like this, and I'm going to make a copy from this background shape, the mouth shape, Ctrl C and Shift Ctrl V, which will place it on top. And now again select both of these objects and go to the shape builder tool and press once on the overlapping portion. Now we can delete these two shapes. Alright, for this shape I'm going to have a darker tone in here. Okay, and again I'm going back into the ellipse in here, select the ellipse. This time hold on to the Shift key and draw a circle like this. Okay, this will be our eye, and place it in here. Go to the properties window, and in here inside ellipse transform settings, open more. In here let's make it 180 degrees, so we will have a circle. Alright, now select the circle and make a copy, Alt drag and place it in here. You can align them to the bottom and we can place them in here. Alright. Now we can group these circles together. Go to the object and make group. Select everything and align to center. All right, so now let's draw the hair. Go to the layers and create a new layer. And this is going to be hair behind the head. So I will bring this below this layer and going to name this layer as hair behind. So you guys can name anything you want. I'm just going to stick to this name. And now again, I'm going back to the tools and select rectangle. Make sure you are in the hair layer and draw a large rectangle like this. Now select everything and align to center. Position the rectangle something similar to this. All right. And again, select the top two anchor points and make them as rounded corners. Now select the bottom left anchor point, this one, and make it as a rounded corner as well, like this in here. All right. Now go back to the layers and create a new layer. Place it in between both of these layers and name it as body. So we are going to draw the body in here. Now select the rectangle again and draw a rectangle like this. Edges must be bigger, similar size as head or bigger will do. Press I to get the eyedropper tool. And for this, I'm going to apply this color. For now, I will adjust the width same as the hair size. Now select top two anchor points and make it as rounded corner. Okay, so I'm going to create a new layer in here and going to rename this layer as neck. And for the neck, let's draw a small rectangle like this. And let's change the color to a bit darker tone so it will be visible. And now I will select these two anchor points and make them as rounded corners. All the way in. All right. Now select the body and draw a rectangle like this. And select all objects and align to center. In this rectangle, make the bottom two anchor points as rounded corners. We are going to draw the chest area actually and select both of these objects. We only need the center portion in here, which is the chest area. So arrange it properly like this. And now once you satisfied, select both of them and go to the shape builder tool and click once on the overlapping area and the part in the bottom as well. Now we can delete this portion. All right. And for this area, I'm going to apply a different color, maybe a pink color. All right. Now we can adjust the size of this body portion if you want. Okay. All right. We have to change this color to fit into the head. I use the eyedropper tool to change the color. Now go back to the layers and we are going to draw the hair behind the head. So select this layer and create a new layer in here. And for this, I'm going to rename this one as hair again. And now I will go back to the tools and select rectangle. And I will draw a long rectangle like this in here. Don't cover the full hair, only the halfway will do. And adjust it same height as the head. Now select this anchor point and make it as a rounded corner, same angle as the one on the top. Okay, and for this, I will select the color from here, from this hair color. And let's make it a little bit more darker so it look like it's inside the shadow is affecting the hair. All right, perfect. You can adjust this height, same height as the bottom portion in here as well. All right, now again go back to rectangle and draw a similar rectangle and cover the entire portion until the edge of the hair. Make sure the width also same as hair behind. Now zoom in, select this and make it as a rounded corner and get the colors from here. And now you can bring this behind the previous rectangle we draw, which will have a shape like this. Now create a new layer on top on top of the face and rename this one also hair or front hair, whatever you want. I'm just going to name hair. By the way, guys, if you guys want to adjust roundness of these corners, you can always select those anchor points and adjust them like this. All right, so before we draw the topmost hair, I want to add in one more detail behind. Select this behind hair and go to the rectangle and draw a rectangle similar to the one previously. And again, select and place in the correct place and adjust the height and make this corner as a rounded corner, same like the one behind. All right. You guys can make these edges overlap with the other side as well, so we won't have any overlapping problem in the future. All right, now select all of these air shapes, all of them, the darker ones and the one on top, lighter ones. Control C, go to the topmost layer and Shift Control V, paste it there. So we have a copy of those hairs in here. Now select all of these shapes, only the one on the top layer, and go to the shape builder tool and click on the shape on the top like this. All right. Now we can keep this shape but delete all these shapes in here. We don't need any of them. Just delete them. So you guys should have a shape like this in here on your top layer. Now go to rectangles and draw a rectangle like this in this shape, covering half of the hair from the center point, and don't overlap with the eye, just like this is fine. All right. Now select the hair and the rectangle and go to the shape builder tool and click on the overlapping area and the area below. All right. Now we can delete this portion. We don't need this anymore. Now select all remaining portions using the shape builder tool, drag all together and make as one shape. All right. So now we have a one single shape on our topmost layer. Now go back to the direct selection tool and move these anchor points like this. Make sure you're not covering the eyes. Okay. Something along this line will do. Now select these two anchor points, this one in here and the one in here, and make them as rounded corners. Okay, no need to go all the way in, somewhere around here is fine. Okay, now go to this anchor point in here and make it as a rounded corner. All right, so we are almost done with the hair shape. And again, finally, apply the lighter tone for this top hair color as well. And if you guys want, you can bring these two anchor points below like this. Now, finally, we can adjust these proportions a bit. Let's bring these a little bit smaller and the eyes a little bit below like this will do. All right. Maybe the neck also a little bit smaller. Like this is fine. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to draw the glasses. For that, I'm going to create a new layer on top of the head, top of the face. And for this, we can go to the ellipse and draw a circle. Hold down to the Shift key and draw a circle like this. And for this circle, we don't need a fill, but we need a stroke. So convert to stroke. And you can apply a darker tone for this. All right. Maybe here. Okay, and I will go to the properties. In the stroke weight, I will increase the stroke weight to maybe 12 or 18 until you guys can see proper size, and bring this one to the front. Let's rename it first and bring this one on to the topmost layer. All right, and make a copy or drag. And now I'm going to place it in the correct place first. All right, now I will select one of these circle and make another copy, Alt and drag, and let's place it in here like this in the center. Okay, now go to the pen tool and inside the pen tool, select the pen tool with the plus sign, and with this tool, add in new anchor points like this, one in here and one in here. Now you guys can delete other anchor points. These we don't need anymore. And we have our class. All right, now we can bring this one a little bit more here. Okay. And one more thing I want to add into this class, you guys first select everything, you can center them properly. And now bring it a little bit more down like this, adjust the angle, adjust the placement. Now you can bring this one back. And finally, for the glass, let's add in one line in here, a simple line using the pen tool, and select this line. And you can zoom in. You guys can see this is flat in here. So go to the stroke and make it as a rounded cap. All right. So now we have a perfect rounded cap like a glass shape. And now you can bring this one, Alt drag, and place it on the other side as well. All right. I can align all of them to the center and make as one group. All right, let's create a background color as well. I'm going to create a new layer. Let's bring it to the last position and let's change it as PG background. And for this, I'm going to draw a rectangle and let's cover the output with this rectangle. Okay, all right. And now all we need to do is add in some colors. Okay, and for this, I'm going to start from the background. Let's change this to a yellow color. And I will make this part little faster, guys, because it's just changing colors. And if you guys like these colors and you want to use them in your artwork, you can go to the link in the description below and download these color swatches from my website. Okay, so you guys can freely download them and use them for whatever project you want. And now we have changed the colors. And finally, one last thing I want to do for this artwork is I want to add in some lines in this area. For this, I'm going to make a copy from this shape. Alt drag and make the shape on top a little bit bigger like this. And now we can go to the shape builder tool and cut them into two portions. And we don't need the bottom portion. We only want the portion on the top. Delete these shapes. Now bring it in here and you can change the color. Before that, bring it to the front and place it in the correct place. And now you guys can change this color to something light. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. So now we have the complete shape of this flat design. And if you guys want to change the bottom portion, let's say instead of a straight line, if you guys want it to be like a circle or any shape you want, you guys can easily do that by going to, let's say you want to make it as a circle, go to ellipse and select the ellipse and draw a large ellipse like this in here. On the top layer, you can choose any of these layer, it doesn't matter. Now, make sure you don't have any outlines. I will just put an outline here so you guys can see, but finally we have to take out the outline as well. So just center it to the artwork. Make sure it's the circle is center with the artwork. Now you guys can select this and go back in here and delete the outline. And now Control X, cut the circle. And now we go to the layers which we need to be cut this bottom portion in here. Now Shift Control V, which will paste the circle in the exact place. Now you can select both of these objects and go to the shape builder tool and cut them into pieces. Now you guys can delete the portions which you don't need. Same for this shape in here as well. Shift Control V and cut them Shift Control V and use the shape builder tool to cut them. You guys can also do the masking, but if you guys use the masking, our layers will be gone. So, or the other option is you guys can use the classic Pathfinder as well. So I will do the same for all of these shapes in here, and we have the final result, something like this in here. All right. And finally, even though this is a flat design, I want to add in one last detail, a shadow detail, so it will give some depth to this face. For that, I'm going to select the face shape in here and make a copy, Shift Control V, which will place in the exact place, and make it a little bit bigger along this line. And now, first convert it to a line object. I'm going to use this to cut the hair portion behind. So Control X to cut, and then go to this layer, double click to open, Shift Control V, which will place in place. Now we don't need any outline. Select both of them and go to the shape builder tool and click on this outer area. So it will divide the shape into two. So we have a shape like this in here. Now, so this outer area, we don't need, just delete it. And for this part, we will apply the darker shadow. Okay, so we will have a shape like this. All right, cool. Now I'm going to do the same step for this side also. Double click to open, Shift Control V, and now select the shape builder tool. We don't need any outlines. Select the shape builder tool and click on this outer area. Now we can go in here and select this outer area and delete it. Now select this area in here and go to the eye tool and select the color from here. All right. And one last thing, we are going to repeat the same for the neck in here also. Shift Control V, select both of them, go to the shape builder and click on the outer area. Again, delete the outer area. We only want the portion in the center, and that portion you guys can change the color to a bit darker, and this one we don't need any outline. Now go in here and change it to a darker tone. All right. Okay, finally for this tutorial, I promise you guys, this is the final step. Go to the ellipse and select an ellipse and draw an ellipse to cover this portion of the glass. And now we place it in here into the correct place. And we can change the color. For now, I'm just going to stick to this blue color. All right. And let's go into this line and draw a line like this, just to cut the glass into half. Now select both of them and go to the shape builder tool and divide them into two pieces. Now select these extra portions and delete them. We don't need them. And now you guys can select these two layers, these two, and select the one on the top and change the color to a lighter tone, something closer to white. Now you guys can select both and go to the transparency and change the opacity to color. And also you can play with the opacity percentage to get a nice results like this. You guys can find the transparency in the properties window as well. All right. Okay. Now you can copy, alt and drag and place one in here. So we have the two glasses with the reflection. All right. All right, guys, so that's all about it for this flat design part of this tutorial. So you guys can save this part as one version and use it as a flat design. And in the part 2, I will show you guys how to improve this and create a better version of this flat design artwork with lights and shadows, something like this in here. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you guys in the next tutorial.